With a small frame, a big smile, and an iron will, Jeff Sluman, much like the biblical David, was a surprise combatant against a Goliath-like course in Oklahoma known as Oak Tree. As in the ancient story, Sluman was able to conquer the giant and Paul Azinger on his way to the 1988 PGA Championship. And in a postscript to that victory, Sluman received a mulligan from one of his golf heroes. If you ever find yourself amid the hustle and bustle of Sluman's Chicago home, Jeff is always quick to share a meal, a bottle of red, and the story of his biggest victory.
You know, I'm not a great cook by any means, but I do enjoy it. And when I'm home, I'll usually prepare the meals and grill out and stuff like that. I was single till I was 35. If you're single and you're 35, you learn how to cook. If wine aficionados are listening to this, a lot of times they'll say, you know, with this type of food, you're supposed to have this type of wine, but I kind of just like red wine. Yeah, I've got quite a few bottles of wine in my cellar, upwards of, at times, between 1,500 to 2,000. This is my very functional wine cellar. This is the world-famous, very hard to find, Screaming Eagle. It costs a lot of money, but it's worth it. You can probably have an education for a few bottles of that. My daughter was born in 1998. I got 6 cases of wine, so we used that for her wedding. And she wrote on it when she was about 3 or 4 years old that this is Katie's wine. I always thought that was kind of cute. I describe myself as kind of probably an overachiever in my chosen field. So I started really when I was 4 or 5 years old and was pretty good. I turned pro in the fall of 1980. And I had told myself if I don't get through tour school in 84, you know, maybe it's time to throw it in. I mean, I gave 4 years of my life of grinding and practicing and traveling and Asian tour and living on my car. And you know, I didn't have a lot of money. I remember staying in Singapore, the YMCA for $4 a night. That's all I had. It really makes you appreciate everything that the tour stands for. That golf course at Oak Tree, very target-oriented stuff, smaller greens, really is what I seem to thrive on. We knew it was a difficult place because it was written up as the world's hardest, most difficult test at the time. Wind. That was the key thing that everybody talked about. I mean, you got that hangman's noose, and you can't get out of this bunker, and if the wind blows, you won't break 80. I mean, you hear all these things, and you know, if you can go in there and say, I can't play this. I was staying with Willie Wood. I think we played 1 or 2 practice rounds, which I'd never done. So I didn't have any preconceived notions of, geez, this golf course is going to be too hard for me. I had already played it. I knew I liked the golf course. And I remember on Saturday, there's Jeff Sluman, 2 back, and I had just kind of crept in there and nobody was taking any notice. Huge to be able to save par on 18 on Saturday. Hit a real bad drive and then kind of slashed it out there short of the green and hit a beautiful pitch.
Jeff Sluman's second shot was short. This then his 3rd shot to the par 4. Now the man of the moment.
Well, certainly the media didn't think much of my game or my chances. You know, this was Paul Azinger's tournament. Azinger's going to win. This is his time.
Couple of hops and right into the cup from 9 to 11 under par.
And Faldo's right there, and Dave Rummels is playing with them. I kind of sat there and scratched my head. I said, geez, I'm sitting in 3rd. Not that they're supposed to say anything about me, but they're at least supposed to mention my name. I was a little honked off. I couldn't have written the script much better. On 5 on Sunday, I hit a poor layup. Went and caught a decent lie, nothing great, and I had the pin in the very back. You know, I hit a sand wedge. As soon as I hit it, I felt like this one's going to be close.
How about that? Sluman with a sand wedge from the light rough. An eagle 3.
So all of a sudden, there's eagle. Now I'm at 9 under. But at that time, Azinger was struggling.
Back-to-back bogeys at 5 and 6. Azinger's lead evaporating.
It's important to squeeze somebody, put a little pressure on them. I remember coming to 18 on Sunday, and I hadn't driven the ball particularly well on that one hole. It was uphill, kind of a little awkward look for me. The only shot I didn't particularly like, and hit a beautiful high cut.
And a championship drive right down the middle.
I had a smile about from ear to ear, you know, and I felt like that was it. I couldn't not get it in good shape at that point. It was an incredible feeling, obviously, to win your first tournament, and it was a major.
We will put your name on here, and congratulations again.
I kept looking at the trophy, and I saw Jack Nicklaus's name, and, you know, it was etched on there all those times, and I said, you know, this is like the most incredible feeling in the world, and Jack's had this 18 times. After Sunday's round, and I had gone to my locker before that just to, you know, relax for a few minutes and get ready for all the media. And Jack wrote just a beautiful, quick note, you know, congratulations, da-da-da, Jack Nicklaus. And I was in awe. I mean, here's like one of your all-time heroes writing a note saying how great you did, you know. Well, in all the hubbub, I lost the note. And the following week, I went up to Jack and said, thank you for the note, but I lost it. Could you rewrite it? You know, I just wanted it for my own personal scrapbook, and he was very kind and did.
When Arc of Triumph returns, the remarkable story of Paul Azinger, the 1993 PGA champion.
Yancey told me a long time ago, you want to be so nervous you can't spit. He said, son, you can win all the Phoenix Opens you want. He said, but you can't make history unless you win a major.
Coming up next, CBS Sports takes you to historic Firestone Country Club in Akron, Ohio, as a deep and talented field goes for the big shots at the WGC Bridgestone Invitational. Last year at the Atlanta Athletic Club, the then 25-year-old Keegan Bradley etched his name on the Wanamaker Trophy, a triumph he will remember forever.
It was a great feeling to know that I was right there. I was going to be in the final couple groups in a major championship. If it was a year ago today, I wouldn't have hit that chip. It's hard to watch because when it first went in the water, I literally wanted to just lay down on the green and cry or something. I've come too far in this tournament to let one shot break me. I've always wanted to be in that Tiger Woods type moment where you make that putt. And I remember my caddy, Pepsi, looking at me and going very seriously saying, Keegan, it's time to make a putt. And it like snapped me into some crazy zone. It's funny to realize what was going to happen for the both of us. And I remember Jason didn't hit one bad shot during that whole playoff. I thought Jason's was up there, maybe tapping, just by the way I heard the crowd. And then I got up there and I was just inside of him. I remember getting goosebumps. It was just an unbelievable, surreal experience. It's amazing when you're winning a tournament, the thought process that you have. It's just so dialed in. It was an amazing feeling.
The 1993 PGA Championship belongs to Paul Azinger. It's the only major on his resume, a resume that includes 18 tournament titles, including 11 in a 7-year stretch.